and Nigeria is blistering high. Telling you for a fact, we're in the third place at the moment. We just won gold this evening as I was coming. But that aside, let us also add it to a fact that the WAFCON started yesterday. And you know, when it comes to WAFCON, it is our birthright, our loni, our local. It belongs to us when it comes to WAFCON. And I can tell you also that we have the WAFU tournament as well. When it comes to this summer in 2026, it's a busy one. There's no time away to joke around. It's time where we get our eyes glued to the screen and we begin to look at what every sporting activities that is ongoing. Yes, across the world. Okay, let's do it this way. Good evening and welcome to the Sports Radio Show on your favorite frequency, WFM Women Radio 91.7. I'm your favorite engineer sportscaster, Jeremiah Oluwaferanmi Omoniyi. And this evening, you know the way we do it. I have my co-pilot in the studio with me. Dami is in the studio with me. Dami, good evening and welcome to the Sports Radio Show.
Good evening, Jeremiah. Thank you. And like you said, it's a good one now that we're having the Commonwealth. The lot of games are coming now, the Commonwealth Games. And there is the WAFCON, which means that we have a chance to win an 11th title, not just the WAFCON, also our Flying Eagles flying high against Ghana. The battle of the Jollof, it has always been like that. It has always
I tell you,
then,
the Jollof. We only know that there's only one Jollof in Africa. And
it is the Nigerian Jollof.
No argument. No, you don't.
We prevailed 4-2 again, so it's a good one. And I'm hopeful that with the fans, we are going to have the World Cup is concluded, obviously, because so much noise about the World Cup. But now it's good that we have our hands and our minds set on the Commonwealth. And thankfully enough, Nigeria is doing so well. So let's go ahead and get it on.
Okay, Dami, this news just came out right away, and I felt like it's sync with what is going. The NFL president that's talking about get me the name now. I don't know why it skipped my mind. The NFL president is already planning for a re-election, and I just saw in the news right now that Paolo Maldini and Leandro resigned from their role as the Italian Federation Technical Director. And sometimes I'm asking myself, do we even still, the NFL president and the technical director of the NFF, do they still need to remain in the position despite what we are facing when it comes to football, especially not participating at the World Cup? Italy have not participated at the World Cup about 2 consecutive ones now. And that had already called for the sack of Paolo Maldini and Leandro. But in Nigeria here, we're seeing that the NFL president wants to contest again. He wants to get a re-election. I don't know. I felt like maybe it's a different thing. Maybe it doesn't relate to Nigeria. Is that true?
Jeremiah, I think if you are very conversant with some of our discussions, we spoke about this about 3 to 4 episodes when we spoke about the resignations. Immediately the resignation started, we spoke about it, about Italy and Nigeria, the differences between both parties. And this is one thing I'm going to say. You will know a national team that is based on intent and on results. That is how you will know them. Italy have missed World Cup consecutively, which has never happened in their history. Nigeria as well, we miss it consecutively. This is where you know that these people, they are not all about the office. They are all about the results. Meanwhile, our own are all about the office and not caring for the results. This is just tailors of 2 national teams. And this is where we find ourselves. And that is why some of the things we do are football. Even the preparations for the Super Falcons going into the WAFCON, it was questionable. They could not get them friendlies. They could not get them big name friendlies until late into the game when we had to play Tanzania and Ghana. So these are the things. It's just the fact that Nigeria has happened to so many things, and it is happening to our football, it's happening to our sports. The only hope we have now is individual athletes, putting us on the map in games like Olympics, Commonwealth, and whatever games you can talk of. But for the Nigerian football, it has become like a cult that is darker than what I can even imagine.
It's becoming a cult that is darker than what we can imagine. Okay, right away, let's move to what is happening. Since we don't know what's going on in that court, let's focus on what is going on in the ones we can see. Okay, let's start with that. Should we start with Glasgow 2026? Some people have moved already to the UK. I know some of my friends have traveled. It looks as if everybody in Nigeria has gone to Glasgow. Anyways, but me, I'm still in Nigeria, anyways, because I love you and I have to present to our lovely listeners. Okay, let's talk about what's going on. Glasgow 2026. Didi talking about Nigeria. Right now, where they've broken the new record, Commonwealth record. Talking about Nigeria secured the 5th gold at the Commonwealth Games. And if you look at it right away, Oneme Omolola Didi won the country's 5th gold medal with a record-breaking performance in the women's 53 kg event. That's talking about weightlifting. That's talking about the fact that Didi dominated the competition from the start to finish, rewriting the record books with 3 Commonwealth Games on her way to the top of the podium. The Nigerian lifter opened the 93 kg in a snatch to set a new Commonwealth Games and Commonwealth record. She followed it up with the 113 kg in a clean and jerk, and also another Games with Commonwealth record before finishing with a total lift of 206 kg. Also a new game and Commonwealth record. And as well, she finished comfortably ahead of Indian Gnashri Yadav, who claimed second with a total of 199 kg, while Canada's Rebecca Grolex who also settled for bronze with 178 kg. And Didi triumph also came just hours after Edidion Umofia had delivered Nigeria's 4th gold medal in the men's 71 kg weightlifting event. Umofia lifted a Commonwealth Games record total of 319 kg. This guy did carry 6 bags of rice. Converting 147 kg snatch and 172 kg in clean and jerk to finish ahead of Samoa, Joseph Taffy, and Narus Eggins Moses. So Nigeria had opened its gold medal record through powerlifting with Esther Nwogu, Folashade Oluwafemi Ayo, and Riluwan Idowu, all claiming titles on the opening days of the game. Dami, right now, if you look at the way the compensation it is, $5,000 for winning gold. It means Omolala Didi will be going right now. She already had 5,000, 2,000 in cash, 3,000 to be deposited in their account. For me, right now, I think this is like the first ever we've ever seen something like this. Coming from the Ministry of Sports.
Jeremiah, if I'm going to be very truthful to you, we have never had it this good. I'm telling you, we have never had it.
Things are turning around for our good now.
Yes, we have never had it.
It's turning around.
If you look at the National Sports Festival, the last one we had in Abeokuta, so many promises that were in vanity. Imagine promising athletes of 200,000. That is just in Nigerian money, and they're not fulfilling it. But then we are at the world stage. These players are not just even paid in naira; they are paid in dollars, and it's not a payment of when you come back you get it. Like it's that instant payment. They are confirming it, and not just for the players. Every coaches that guide each of the athletes to a gold finish also has a reward. So we have never had this better, and this is a very good one to build on. Kudos to Bukola Olopade and also NSC director Shehu Diko, who is a man of his words, a man who has been in the game. And I'm glad that I'm a partaker of journalists who are seeing these good things, which is very good for me, because I'm even happy to write about it. I'm happy to propagate the gospel that this is what we are having in Nigeria. This is what the NSC department is doing. And hopefully we keep going on that stride.
Yeah, we keep going on that stride. Okay, I think the amount they will actually earn is $10,000 for gold, 5,000 for silver, and 3,000 for bronze.
Exactly.
That's about 13 million naira.
Yes, if you win gold in more than one category, you get your money. So it's not that you win one gold is for every. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you participate in more than 2 events, for every event you participate in, even as a singular athlete, you get your money. So if you are participating in 4 categories and you win gold in all of them, you get your $10,000 for gold prize money.
That's a very, very juicy one, actually. Juicy one. That's a very juicy one, and I must say that is interesting. Is interesting. So a total of $10,000 and 5,000, 3,000, and and 2000. That's great. I think I need to take up my sporting. Actually, I really had plans of doing, at one point. I was really, really very good at one point. No worry. But we sport broadcasters we talented sport broadcasters, gold plated sport broadcasters, are we not entitled to gold?
You always knowing that you're an athlete, that you can do something when it comes to money. But when it's other events, you will not know that you're an athlete. But now you suddenly remember that you're an athlete.
But in this life, you always know your place. Me, I know my place, that when it comes to money, I am there. But some people, they know their place, that when it comes to work, they are there. But me, I know that when it comes to work and money, I belong to that category. I don't do work alone. I think the Sport Commission needs to also check in for journalists that are doing well. I felt at the same time, I know there's going to be a bit of caveat that they might use money to buy people's loyalty, but at the same time, at the end of Commonwealth Games, the NSC should appreciate. It could be a souvenir, maybe bottle, maybe shirts, maybe the Team Nigeria jersey, something that could say, okay, fine, you guys didn't participate, you didn't win gold, neither silver or bronze, but we appreciated you guys for committing your talents into proper dissemination of information.
But Jeremiah, you are not there now. You are not there. Assuming you are there now, perhaps you can get the souvenirs. For people like our journalists that are there, they are the ones that will get the souvenirs. So you are not there. So why should you expect a souvenir?
Do you know where I am right now? Do you know if I'm already in women WFM, women radio studio in the UK? How did I get there?
I don't you. I don't know our studio. Baba, sit down.
See finish. See finish. I won't take this. You don't rate me. I did tell you. I did tell you, say I don't dare there already like this. Hey. UK like this. UK. Nadia, I'm communicating with you all the way from the UK. In it. I took Ben with me. You're doing the program together all the way from the UK. We are having nice time together. Very soon I'm going to be talking with Bukola Alakpade. We'll be having nice conversation about what's going on. Anyways, let's leave. Make it open as a minute. I beg go. I know the UK. I did Nigeria. I beg. In case my helper did somewhere, help me.
No need. You don't need help.
My helper, I see my help where you are. Come and help me. My passport is still available. Anyways, let's talk about the medal table right away. Australia tops the table, 18 gold, 9 silver, and 15 bronze, 42 in total. Canada, 6 gold, 7 silver, and 4 bronze, 17 in total. Nigeria, Omotonso, lower. Yeah, we are in the third position with 6 gold, 4 silver, is zero, but we don't do bronze here. 10 in total, and we have England. This time around, it's not Great Britain. It's England. England, 5 gold, 10 silver, 6 bronze, 21 in total. Scotland as well, the hosting nation, that's talking about they have 4 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze, 8 in total. South Africa as well, 3 gold, 2 silver, 4 bronze, 9 in total. We have Malaysia, India, New Zealand, and Wales. Those are the top 10. Those are the ones there. Dummy, I also want to talk about the fact that now that if we look at it again from other areas, do we think that we can still get more medals in other sports that we'll be participating in? Because while we also need to, for example, weightlifting has been has been completed. Netball, we still have the basketball still ongoing and that. But do we still, if we look at it, do we still have all it takes? When it comes to other sports that will be participating in to show our performance and exceptionality?
Gemma, it's not something that is not realistic because if you go into this tournament saying that you are going to be third on the log, even above England, Great Britain, I would say is a lie. But here we are, we have been able to break the odds. Let's look at the athletics and para athletics, for example. The swimming and para swimming also is going to start tonight of the Glasgow 2026. Now there's 18 medals to be won across athletics and also para athletics, which means that we stand a very good chance of playing trophy. There is Toby Amuson who is also set to participate, and then we have also our para athletes who are set to run. If we are to go by anything with the books and what we have seen in recent years with our athletes, especially para athletics, I think we stand a very good chance of continuing that gold medal on.
And when you look at athletics, it's one of our strong areas, especially when you look at look at likes of Konya Ajayi. Look at just like as you've said, Toby Loba Amusha and the rest of others too. I think we can also look at it, and I also say that boxing too. We may also make something big too from boxing.
You are not far from the truth. Very, very correct. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see as it goes. Maybe let's see as it goes. We have a lot of things to dish out there. Okay, we still have a lot of stories, but let's talk about the racism story that we have here, right here. And that's talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria who have been racially abused on the internet. This time around, I feel like it doesn't even make sense. African calling African monkey. It doesn't even make sense to me. It's like pot calling kettle black. Who are you insulting? Are you insulting your fellow African, or you're just insulting yourself? Because who is kettle and who is black? Who is kettle and who is pot? Are they both not black? I don't understand.
Jeremiah, I'm not surprised. It's not even that. I think I am not actually surprised at this claim because I was at the 2023 African Games in Ghana and I witnessed this issue firsthand. It's not that they told me, so I know how difficult it can be, especially if you are the victim or you are at the receiving end of the stick. But one thing I'm going to say is that this battle against racism, against legalism in football, we are going to fight it until death, Jeremiah. We are going to fight this battle until the very end. Because even the people that are supposed to be in charge, look at their responses, look at their body languages. It is giving these racists energy to continue to keep doing what they are doing. Because why would you say you want to do an African tournament and every African team came and some of the players had their money in their hotel and it was stolen? I have never heard of it before. Players went to the hotel where they are supposed to have their meal, their lunch, whatever. They stole their money. They came out publicly to say their money was stolen. The captain, Ajiba, the $200 was stolen from her. And all other players, money was stolen, cash money was stolen. And then your best response as a national team is to send out racist remarks. Whether you like it or not, every North African teams don't see themselves as blacks. And that is one of the tools we need to establish. Morocco, Algeria, they feel like they are now part of the Europeans, but they're still participating in our tournament, which is very awkward. I think and I hope that FIFA does something because there was a time also when we played the AFCON where they were using these lights against our players. These are the things that you need to shut down. These are the things you need to clap down because if you don't shut it down, it keeps getting aggravated. So many things keep spilling in, the aggressions, the sending of death threats to people on social media. These are the things we are fighting, and I'm hoping that CAF can just shut this down once and for all.
Because at the same time, even with what you just said, I think I had this conversation with somebody today, and I said that I think it's come to realization. Probably maybe we need to make some changes to how we categorize countries per continent, because this separation of because of the Mediterranean Sea, Algeria and the like, and Mexico, Algeria, Libya, and Egypt, they have to belong to Africa. For me, I feel like it doesn't even right now. It doesn't even make sense anymore, because if a country like Israel can play in the European competition, and they don't play in the Asian competition, we may still have to have a very, very serious conversation around this. Because
but are we ready for that conversation?
That's it. Because if I look at where Israel is, the ocean already has separated Israel from Europe. Not to even talk of Iceland up there in the northern area, northern part of the hemisphere, and also Sweden, Finland. All those places are part. Water is already separating them. You cannot even go there by road. You have to fly there. So automatically, or not to even talk of Russia, automatically we don't just. I don't even understand it. Or Kazakhstan. I don't even understand Kazakhstan how they belong to Europe. You understand? And Iran is not part of Europe. It doesn't even make sense because Iran and Turkey is not even far. You understand? So we may still have to have that conversation again.
But the key stakeholders are not ready to sit down for it. That's one of my annoyance. The key stakeholders, they are not ready to sit down for it. So we can keep talking about this on and on. But what exactly? The only thing we can do is we can create awareness. We can advise about it. We can advise against it. But we are not the major keyholders, whether we like it or not. At this stage of where we are now, I don't understand.
Because if you can join Keba to Africa and you can join Seychelles to Africa, then you can move Morocco to Europe. It's simple. That's
what they
want. Not simple. It's not very simple. It's not simple. There's nothing as hard as that. Because I just feel like I don't understand, but I think I did geography when I was in secondary school, and I'm very, very good with that. But anyways, we'll be back after this time. We need to take a commercial break. We'll be back after this time, and then we'll just go talk about WAFCON that begins yesterday.
Women Radio 91.7. The Ugandan radio station for women and their families.
Nigeria, a nation of many languages and many tribes. We will stand together, live together, and grow together. United we stand, united we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
HB 1349 ní nọ́mbà ìwé òfin ilé aṣòfin 1349. HB 1349 ó wà fún àwọn ipò tí a fi pamọ́ sílẹ̀ fún àwọn obìnrin ní ilé aṣòfin àgbà, ilé aṣòfin aṣojú àti àwọn ilé aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀. Tí o bá fọwọ́ sí HB 1349, ìjọba wa yóò dára sí i. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a panupọ̀ kí a sọ fún àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ilé aṣòfin wa kí wọ́n dìbò fún HB 1349 fún Nàìjíríà tó dára. Tí o bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ Nàìjíríà, ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún HB 1349 kí o fi ìfilọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ sí ẹlòmíràn. Ìkéde yìí wá láti Women Radio 91.7.
Love has many languages. Some speak it out loud. Some speak it quietly. When you truly love yourself or someone, you speak it with a big breakfast. That creamy, nourishing breakfast made with pig milk. It contains vitamins, proteins, and calcium to help keep you fit and ready for the day. Because Peak Breakfast is Peak Love. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Otu ụmụnwaanyị ga-akwasa ozi Women Radio Membership n'olu bekee na-ejikọ gị na ụmụnwaanyị azụmahịa ndị ọzọ, ndị ọchụnta ego, ụmụ akwụkwọ, ndị nlekwa ezinụlọ, ndị ọrụ ugbo, na ndị ezumike nka dị na steeti 36 nke Naịjirịa. Dịka onye otu ụmụnwaanyị igwe mgbasa ozi, azụmahịa gị bụ nke a ga-akwalitere gị n'efu n'igwe mgbasa ozi ụmụnwaanyị. Ị ga-enwetakwazi ihe nrite ihe ọma ndị dị ịtụnanya dị iche iche, ma nwetakwazi ohere ịnọ ma sonyere ihe omume anyị gasị. Tinye Women Radio app n'ekwentị gị taa. Iwe nụrụ olu gị n'igwe mgbasa ozi, debanye aha n'efu na wfm917.com ma gbaa mbọ hụ na ị na-etonyere otu chịkọtara ụmụ nwaanyị igwe mgbasa ozi. Ọwara nzikọrịta ozi Facebook, ọ bụ otu Mark Arthur Foundation and Nigeria Media Innovation Program NAMIP na-ahịja ha na-akwado otu a bụ Women Radio Membership.
Looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placements, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now. Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917.
Ìlera àwọn ìyá ṣe pàtàkì nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ìyá ṣì ń dojúkọ ewu nígbà ìbímọ ní àwọn àwùjọ wa. Kò sì yẹ kí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìdí nìyẹn tí Women Advocate Research and Documentation Center Ward C nípasẹ̀ iṣẹ́ Transform Project fi mú ìjíròrò yìí wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn. Èyí ni Town Hall Meeting. Pẹpẹ àlàyé kan níbi tí àwọn ìyá ti ń sọ ìrírí wọn. Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìlera sì ń sọ ohun tí wọ́n ń rí lójoojúmọ́ níbi iṣẹ́ tí àwọn aṣáájú àti àwọn olùṣètò ìlànà ìjọba náà yóò sì dáhùn tààrà sí àwọn àníyàn àwọn ènìyàn. Kò sí ìdènà, kò sí ìdákẹ́jẹ́, ìjíròrò títọ́, ojúṣe àti ìgbésẹ̀ nìkan. Nítorí pé nígbà tí àwọn àwùjọ àti àwọn adarí bá ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀, a lè mú ìtọ́jú ìlera àwọn ìyá lóyún dára sí i, kí a sì dènà ikú tí a lè yàgò fún. Darapọ̀ mọ́ Ward C ní Town Hall Meeting yìí kí o sì jẹ́ apá kan nínú ìjíròrò tó mú ìyípadà gidi wá sí ìlera àwọn ìyá. Kò yẹ kí obìnrin kankan kú nígbà tó ń bímọ.
Every legacy has a beginning. From the day it took the oath of office, the work began. And 7 years later, the evidence is everywhere you look. From the Shongotedo housing scheme to the Igbogu housing development, new communities are rising across the state. The new Mercy Children's Hospital to the Ojo General Hospital, healthcare is reaching more families. From the Blue Line Rail to the Red Line Rail and your Baby Mende Link Bridge, Lagos is moving. From the Tolu School Complex to Lasote and Lasso, tomorrow's leaders are being prepared today. This is more than the story of the project completed. It is the story of a fulfilled vision.
From vision to legacy, legacy to continue waiting.
Ajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, leaving a lasting legacy.
Legacy to continue waiting.
Ayé ìgbádùn tó fẹ́ jẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń ná owó rẹ̀. Ètò tuntun tó ń bọ̀ lórí Women Radio 91.7 yóò kọ́ ọ bí a ṣe ń náwó, bí a ṣe ń tọ́jú owó àti bí o ṣe lè ní owó tó pọ̀ jaburata. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, Amọ́nì yóò kọ́ ọ ní ètò ìṣúná bí o ṣe lè lo owó rẹ̀ lọ́nà tó tọ́ àti lọ́nà tó yẹ. Lórí Amọ́nì, kò sáyè ìsápamọ́ lórí kó o yáwó, kò sáyè ọ̀nkú bí o tí ì jẹun bẹ̀ yẹn. A ó kọ́ ọ bí o ṣe ń náwó, bí o ṣe ń tọ́jú owó àti bí o ṣe lè dá wà láàyè ara rẹ̀. Pàdé wa lórí Women Radio 91.7 ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Tuesday láago 3:00 ọ̀sán. Women Radio 91.7 ohùn fún obìnrin. Amọ́nì, gbogbo obìnrin ní láti gbọ́.
Are you a business owner, freelancer, or salary earner in Lagos State? Taxes are not just bills to pay. Taxes are investments to develop your Lagos and your future. Women Radio, WFM Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, bring you Tax Radio every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and every Friday at 6:05 p.m. with tax experts on your tax rights and tax obligations in Lagos. Tax Radio with LIRS on Women Radio, WFM 91.7, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 6:05 p.m. Empower yourself with your tax rights and obligations in Lagos.
Women Radio 91.7.
Okay, welcome back to the Sport Radio Show. I think I see WFM 91.7. Yes, just the way I started about it, and the fact that the Commonwealth Games and as well too the WAFCON is happening concurrently at the moment. Okay, and you know the way Commonwealth Games just 2 weeks, but WAFCON gonna last for a month. And that's the one that's going to be like, it's going to be to the end of the end. Anyways, the transfer story is also there. But so that means still they're going to be playing tomorrow against Malawi. After they have made their relocating to Rabat and that. But let's start with their style of dress. They wore this native adire, and it was so colorful. All shades of green, and some of them had to use maybe black slides. Some of them with sneakers and everything. For me, that's a part of promoting the Nigerian cultural heritage. If you are going,
like I said, and
okay, trying to get that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, we're trying to get you, Dami. Well, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
we can hear you.
Okay. So, like I said earlier, I said that the old concept is not about the culture of Nigeria. And if you ask me about the clothes, I think I would say it's advanced NYC uniform, because the same white and green that NYC people use is the same white and green that we use. But if I'm going to choose by the best attire going into that tournament, I think Nigeria has the best attire, looking at every other national teams. Jeremiah, are you on?
Oh yes, I can hear you. I'm trying to. I think I lost you in a bit. But what you said there, you talked about the fact that you called it a glorified. Is it NYC or what did you call it again?
Yeah, NYC uniform.
Damn. More. The way you just they throw this your bullet. Then NYC uniform. Anyways, for me, they were able to transform the lemon to a very good lemonade. For me, it wasn't bad. It's not bad, like bad. You know, it's giving a lot of old school, but not bad. I was expecting could have just been probably English wears, maybe green suits, jackets, blazers, and maybe a green pants. And you know,
Did you see Cameroon? Did you see Cameroon? Did you see the way Cameroon dressed?
Honestly, I've never even taken time to check everyone.
You need to see Cameroon and Zambia. Zambia was all suited up.
Yeah, I saw Zambia. Yeah, I saw Zambia. Zambia was perfect. It's perfect. But anyways, let's see as it goes. And let's talk about the title defense from ahead. Nigeria against Malawi. People said easy routes. The Falcons are not going to face any problem till they get to the knockout stage.
I think that has a lie, because I went through the rabbit hole of who Malawi are. And interestingly, Malawi are coming to the continental stage for the very first time in the nation's history. They have never played in WAFCON. This is their first time in WAFCON. And one of the things that makes it interesting is the fact that there is the Chawinga sisters, which means that we are going to see Temwa and Tabitha in action for the very first time for their country on the continental stage. Tabitha is somebody that has won the Golden Boot in several leagues she has played in AC Milan. She has played with AC Milan in Italy. She has played with PSG in Lyon, rather, in France. So she holds one of the most beautiful records in terms of women football. And then there is the sister Chawinga, who is setting it up in NWSL with North Carolina Courage. So these girls in attack for Malawi is going to be a big threat for us. But then they are not just the only players that will play the whole thing. They need about 9 more players to help them. So hopefully Nigeria will be able to curtail them. And now that our Oyibo is not going to the World Cup, that's the promptly. She's not going to the World Cup. Our defense line, we have to keep at bay. They have to make sure that they get everything right because the Malawians boast one of the best attacks going into the tournament.
We have the menu, don't worry.
The menu, not you.
Yeah. But anyways, you said that those two players cannot play the opposition. But you know, the last World Cup already showed that one player played the opposition, Lionel Messi, Ankara Messi. With Ankara Messi, Argentina got to the final with only Messi. Just Messi. It was Messi and XXXXX number.
The same guy who was only trotting around. The only guy that I've never seen somebody walk.
What did you say? What did you say?
The only guy that walks around to play football.
It was only Messi. That was what they said. That was what Messi fans said. It was without Messi, Argentina did not make anything. They were nobody. They were not playing in that team again. Only Messi.
Okay.
Even when it was time to save penalty, it was only Messi. Messi. He was merciless. He was merciless to his opponents. He was just showing, he was just saving his team. He was so merciful. He's a merciful and gracious player.
Let's open our channels for callers. Please, let's open channels for callers.
The phone lines open is 07,000 917 is 07,000 917. Let's have a conversation. The WAFCON has started. The Super Falcons of Nigeria will begin their game, the campaign tomorrow. That's on Tuesday against Malawi. Dami Adore said that they need to focus. They need as well to be aware of Malawians. They look like an underdog, but they can cause us upset there. And also talking about Glasgow's Commonwealth Games, we look at the fact that money reigns for athletes that will be participating for Nigerian side. For those that have won gold, they can call home and say that Eloba Mirashu, go and buy yam, go and buy pepper. I have won $5,000.
Or may they go buy land for them.
May they go help them buy land, not in Moesha. May they go buy land. Maybe you shall not be blessed where water day. Water no. May water no carry the land. May they shine their eyes. But anyway, it's just the way it's ongoing there. Okay, let's talk about transfer stories. We're still going to talk about the WAFCON, but let's talk about transfer stories. One of the big rumor, Vinicius Jr. Yes, Vinicius Jr. has been put in the news, and is there speculations that Arsenal is interested in signing Vinicius Jr. For me, number one, I'm asking myself, where will Arsenal get the money to buy Vinicius Jr.? Okay, if they borrow money, will they borrow money to pay a salary? Because I know Arsenal. I know them now. You cannot know Arsenal too much now. They know they get money. Abi, Arsenal fan, you can prove me wrong. The phone line is open. They know they get money to pay salary. Where Arsenal won't see money buy Vinicius Jr. But you can prove me wrong too, Dami. But me, I know that that's the truth.
I don't think that transfer is within their scope. And if they should do that, they are putting themselves for a great debt, rather, because by time, FPP will come for them, financial fair play will. Because if you say that you are going to invest that kind of money on one player, if this player gets injured mid-season, it means that your season is done for. And the fact that you can't return, there's no refund in transfer. I hope.
I refund no there. You sure? Who will that play? Okay, maybe they ask Manchester United refund for Garnacho. Refund no they transfer. Not true. I didn't hear you, David.
So it was a good piece of business if you are looking at it, and there's nothing Vinicius wants to guarantee them that some of the signings they are going to make in 2 or 3 players will not guarantee them, unless they want to sign a Galactico just for shirt sales or everything. And if I'm Vinicius, why will I downgrade from Real Madrid to Arsenal? For what? I would have just gone
before Arsenal. The Arsenal before that never won the league is a downgrade.
I would have just gone to start
the Arsenal now is a league winner. No,
it's not about winning a winner. He's 27 years old.
We've been a bash as the Gunners, But these states where they be
the guy is 37 years old. So if the
please,
guy is 37 years
now
old,
the Champions League remain, they will never win. But Premier League, they don't get that one. No,
Jeremiah, I'm not talking about the league or whatever it is that they have won. That's none of my business. I'm saying for a player of his age, 27 years old, and he wants to go to Arsenal, to do what? When the Saudi Arabia people
I'm listening.
They want to make you one of the best. What I'm saying is, there's no point in him going to Arsenal. Saudi Arabia wants to make him the best paid player in the whole world. So why go to Arsenal? When I can go to Saudi Arabia. He has won everything there is to win at club level. The only thing he has not won as a player is the World Cup. So why will I go to Arsenal when there is a team that wants to offer me something that a money that I can even use to buy shares in Arsenal? So the thing is now.
What are you saying? You should go to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. You know hear what they were during the banter, the GOAT debate. They said that his GOAT that will never win the World Cup, that will go to Saudi Arabia. Do you want his life to also be like the GOAT that did not win the World Cup?
10 years.
Finishing in bad luck like this.
10 years of Vinicius' career is still not closer to Ronaldo. 10 years. If let's even say 20 years of his career. So I don't know, some of the things that we say as banter is actually not banter, it's just pure foolishness.
I shouldn't have started this conversation. Arsenal fans, I'm not the one though. You can hear that me for a fact. Me, I belong to everybody. You know, be like, say season go start now, they go to say, you're not for us. I belong to you guys, oh. I'm just stating the obvious. See the way that is not even that me now. You don't even
okay.
You want you want Vinicius Junior to go to Saudi Arabia so that his life too will be like one GOAT that they said that did not win the World Cup.
Oh yeah, the GOAT that they said did not win the World Cup. I've said my own. No wahala.
Damn, you like Wala. You like Wala. The one that was open is 7. Okay. We are still talking about Real Madrid, Vinicius Junior. Another conversation, 100 million Yo Diomande from Ivory Coast to Real Madrid. I never thought about it in my life that an African player will be bought for 100 million. Yo Diomande bought for 100 million. It's something that it did not even come to my mind at all. I think last year I wouldn't have even thought about it. 100 million for Yo Diomande. Does it even worth it?
If it's the Yo Diomande I saw at the World Cup, then I think Real Madrid have lost the plot. If that's the player I saw at the World Cup with Ivory Coast, they have lost the plot.
Don't judge a player by what. I think another thing again about, because this point that you raised, I told some people, I said a player can have a good or a great World Cup season, a good World Cup performance, and might not really stand close to one of the greatest players. Might not even stand close at all, because during the last World Cup, not even the 2026, the 2022, when some players said, okay, because Lionel Messi, and this is not even a shade now, Lionel Messi is one of the greatest players. I respect him a lot. Yes, and it's for a fact. That's the basic truth. When they said, oh, Lionel Messi is the greatest, and I said, okay, fine. I agreed with whatever you're saying. But at the same time, would you have said a player like Johan Cruyff wasn't one of the greatest players to have ever played because he never won the World Cup? Because at the same time, it makes me look at, because now look at what you just said now. This Diomande, because when I watched him during the World Cup, I never even focused on him as somebody that Real Madrid will want to buy. It was not even Bright
himself. Not even Bright himself.
Because for me, there was a time, even to an extent, that he made one mistake, and I was asking my brother, I was like, where is this guy coming from now? Is it the same guy that's playing for PSG? He said he's a very great guy. I said, this guy disappointed me. Oh. Later, they want to sign. I said, who is buying this one? This one that is playing, that is playing like someone that has two left leg. I said,
do you also know that before the World Cup, prior to the World Cup, before the World Cup started, RB Leipzig had an offer close to 100 million to sell him. They said no. that they believe that his stocks will rise up going into the World Cup. So they did not sell him. And look at them now. Anybody that is buying that guy for £100 million above, I would say something is definitely wrong with their scouting department. It's definitely wrong.
You never can tell. Oh, they bought Enzo Fernandez to after the World Cup for 150. So
you can't compare a player of that ceiling to that Jomade. You can't. But like you said, sometimes players can prove you differently, because having a bad tournament does not mean that you are a bad player. But everything is shown in that World Cup is just a little bit of the annoyances that is going to be showing in the future.
Okay, let's talk about this. Jordan Anderson. Yes, Chelsea has made a shocking move to get Jordan Anderson to the Old Trafford. What's going to happen? Xabi Alonso wants to reconnect with his former Liverpool players. Will he sign? Is it going to be like another player from Liverpool, like Torres, from Youri Benayoun, and the likes of former Liverpool player who had moved to the Stamford Bridge? The conversation is still open there, and it has not been confirmed. But they said that Anderson can leave Brentford on a free transfer, and Chelsea are ahead in race with 2 more clubs to sign the former Liverpool captain. For me, that's a very good one. The stability for them. They need somebody, a leader. Chelsea right now does not look like a team that has leader. Enzo Fernandez, Cancelo, all of them, they are still boys. They are doing anyhow. I think they need a leader in that team as we speak. They need a leader in that team. John Stones as well too, to Inter Milan. Conversation too is still pending. And as well to Xabi Alonso too is also planning to bring Danny Welbeck. Are we seeing a total overhauling in the Chelsea team? Xabi Alonso looking for Danny Welbeck, looking for Jordan Anderson, old players, 30 plus.
If you remember closely, Jeremiah, there was a time during the World Cup when Switzerland were having a great run that Xhaka was linked to Chelsea, and they said Xabi Alonso wanted him. Do not forget that the former Arsenal captain already played for Bayer Leverkusen, and he was part of the team that won the first league title for Bayer Leverkusen alongside Xabi Alonso. So Xabi Alonso wanted a player of that caliber that is tested, that is proven, that knows what he's doing, and has played at the biggest elite level, captain of the Switzerland national team, and also at a point captain of Arsenal. Coming to Chelsea is going to be a big advantage, not just for the fact that he might not be playing regularly, but one thing that I know that Chelsea needs right now, looking at their past 2-3 seasons, is the fact that they need leaders, tested and proved leaders, people that can give directions, not younglings. This is not a game of the academy. This is football. This is business. Because imagine competing against Manchester City. Manchester City has like top 4 midfielders that even if Rodri is not playing, there's Nico Gonzalez that can play. There's Kovacic that can play. They have players that can replace players even when one of them is injured. And this is what Chelsea lacks. But I think Chelsea and their board are seeing it. They know that to go forward, they need some of the experience less in their squad. And that's what they are trying to do. If Danny Welbeck comes on a free transfer, it's a very good one. He's not going to be playing every time. This guy that just came back from his loan deal with Bayern Munich, Jackson, he cannot be playing regular football. Joao Pedro is the undisputed striker, but there's that rotation and there's the experience that is going to be backing them up. And that is one of the things that I said Chelsea should do. Not just signing players with prospects, Cuenda. Like there was a time when they were insulting Barcelona, they were like, Bobo Javi, Pedri, Gavi, Ari Kankan. It's just the same with Chelsea. Bobo, James, Levy, Kowi. We don't see anything. Your mic has been muted though.
Sorry. You're talking about Tolu Arokodare. Sorry. And let me just paraphrase. I said a lot. Sorry, it's from our technical team here. So Tolu Arokodare's story from last week, we've seen issues that things are not going well between him and the new manager of Wolves. But recently now, Ajax had made demands to get Tolu Arokodare. They're going to pay his wages, and bonuses will be paid, and also loan fee will be sent to Wolves. 22 million buy clause is not mandatory. Buy option is not mandatory, but it's already certain Tolu Arokodare is moving to Ajax. But for me, how they treated Tolu Arokodare, do you think that's fair? You deny the player a chance to train, even there's a fact that you shouldn't join the team. What could he have done? Did he steal the coach's money? What could he have done to warrant such a thing? For me, I felt, do you think there are other things that people do not know that could have warranted such?
If I had mentioned this earlier when he joined, I would have been a prophetess of doom. Because when this guy joined, I was very skeptical about the move, considering his style of play. Arokodare is not the most technical player. In fact, he barely has any technicalities as a forward. The only prowess he has as a striker is the fact that he can hold up play and he can also, get his head on the ball. He's a player in the, let's say, a lower version of Giroud, Oliver Giroud, formerly of Arsenal and of Chelsea and of France. He's a player in that model. So you coming to the EPL, it means that you are braced up for the physicality, which he has, good one for him. But there is no technicalities. And if you want to play in the EPL, you need something as little as any pinch of technicalities. And it does not work well for him. The fact that coming on was the same season that Wolves relegated was another bad luck again. I'm not saying he brought the whole thing, but coming on at that time, I actually wanted him to stay more in Belgium. I wanted him to get his deal because Jake were willing to offer him a new deal and improved contract like that. So these are the things as a player and as whoever it is that works his management. Of course, it's a good deal. He earns more money. He gets more publicity playing in the EPL as a Nigerian forward. But it is what it is now. The club will not fold their hands and look at you. They will look at what is best for them in terms of business-wise. You can't say you want to go to a team and the club are not willing to sell you to that team.
That's great. Thank you very much, Dami. Because I also feel like and I've spoken to a Nigerian legend before, and I also I draw that same sentiment that as a footballer, profiling is important. You cannot play in all the leagues. You need to
very important.
You are best where you are where you get your best results. And I feel like for me coming to the EPL for Tolu Arokodare was a very, I don't really think, maybe not a mistake 100%, maybe in the wrong club. Now, probably if he's been surrounded with the right system, maybe it would have really functioned. For me, as a sports consultant that I am, and someone who deals with player management and that, I feel like if he had played surrounding himself with a proper system, maybe that would have been a good shot. But our time is fast spent already. Thank you so much, Dami, for joining me again this evening. We'll do it again next week. By that time, Nigeria would have amassed 150 million gold, and people would have made good money, and the Super Falcons as well too.
How many goals is there to win that?
All their enemies. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless WFM. God bless Nigeria. God bless you, listeners. We'll see you again. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you again next. Bye-bye.
WFM. It's a break.